Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Aimless Babble Z, episode 238. I'm Taken Master, joined by.
Traptical.
And Gamer 12?
So yeah, we got some what you've been playing, some pre-E3 deliciousness, and
That's hard.
in the news. It's more of, well, I can't illustrate the noise-making process to you, Tropical, but it's more of a, like, fastly chewing thing, like...
Ah. All right. I thought it was a slurping.
No. That sounded like... Yeah, I was about to say, that sounded like you were sipping from a straw or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Nope. So, Tropical actually hasn't been playing anything, so...
Nope. I had a disaster with my Wolf Among Us progress, so I have to start over from the beginning.
Did you lose any other saves when that happened, or just that game?
None that I know of yet. I mean, I didn't think
well.
I lost any. But
That
when
could be a problem, Tropical.
when I started playing, I was like,
this could be
"That
an
is
even
not
bigger
there."
disaster than the one you told us about.
Oh my gosh, it better not be Mass Effect. Mass Effect better be in there. I don't
Wow.
want to play the first one again.
See, it's weird too, because like I turned off all my cloud saves because of my whole bandwidth issue. I was like, you know what, whatever. I'll just turn off all my auto updating and cloud saving in the background, just because I'm so fearful of bandwidth being eaten in the background of stuff. I'm just like, bandwidth gap. No, I can't do it.
They're so tiny, though. I mean, you don't really have the number of games that, for example, like Gamer and I would be uploading all the time.
Yeah.
Plus, it only uploads when it updates.
Yeah. And the only problematic games that you would encounter is Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout. Like those games get really
Yep.
big, really fast. I think my Fallout 3 save is like 10 megs. So, just aside from those games, like everything else is pretty small.
Yeah, I think
They should
the
be
biggest I ever saw was Final Fantasy 13-2, which has something like 24 meg save
What?
files
My
per.
goodness. Jeez. What is it saving?
I have no idea. I guess the story's branching and there's a lot of stuff to record. Who knows?
Also, like what inflates save files, like sometimes there's like there's like a little movie that plays that bloats the save file as well.
Mm.
Oh man. So is a new hard drive, is that working out for you?
I actually didn't go get a new hard drive. I thought about it, but I ended up just keeping the 600 some one that I have in there, since it doesn't seem to be acting up. And I guess I don't remember where I got it. I actually think it was an external hard drive that I took out of its casing and then just plugged into my PS3. So the first time, yeah, I remember originally it was really slow. Loading was a lot slower. Places where it shouldn't hiccup, it would hiccup. And I thought, someday I'll get a new hard drive. And then when it died, I was annoyed, but not really that surprised. So when I reformatted it and started using it again, like now, it seems to be running a lot better. Not sure what's up with that. That's very strange, but hey, it's working and I didn't have to pay anything, so
Yeah.
good deal. So yeah, I played nothing. Nothing new. I tried starting over the Wolf Among Us, but you know, by the time you've played it once and you just want to get to the new stuff, the pace is very plodding when you're not in the mood to see the same thing again. So I'm debating how I want to play this. Like, on the one hand, I want to see how my story would have turned out, but on the other hand, yeah, that means I have to sit through 6 hours at least of the same stuff again before I can get to the new stuff. That's 2 Lord of the Ring movies. Ugh. Plus, I'm noticing there's a lot of decisions that I don't really remember making, so I'm not sure which ones are going to be significant for my playthrough. Yeah, it's rough. I'm sad. So that's pretty much what I've been playing.
All right. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first, Gamer?
I'll go first.
All right.
Doesn't matter. So last week I was like, oh, Tropical playing Watchdogs. So I was like, I just gunned it. It's like I want to get these trophies.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you finished a tweet. I was like, wow, that was fast.
It's a pretty lengthy game. There's like 4 acts, and then the second act there's like 16 missions. I was like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
But it's like I just blew through it because there's like pretty much you do the same thing. You tail people, you hack people, you kill people, and that's pretty much all you do. It's a solid campaign, but it's like nothing memorable, like unlike GTA, where it's like those heists were like the big deal, and like they were really well done.
More than one way to do each of them too.
Yeah. I mean, you do have the option to go silent, but it's like I was just headshotting people with my pistol. I mean, there's like 24 weapons, I think, but it's like I only used a pistol for most of the time because I was just getting the headshots and it was silence, and like that's all that mattered, which is I was just getting through the mission. And this was on like I adjusted the difficulty even though I didn't need to. It was like too realistic. Like I would get gunned down like 2-3 shots, but like it doesn't really matter because like I was just like stealthing my way through so easily, just headshotting people left and right. Even though you could kneecap them, I was like, I don't want to go through the trouble of just kneecapping everyone. Just like, it's not because like it's weird because when you incapacitate someone, like kneecapping or taking down, it's the same point amount towards your XP as just killing them with a headshot. So what's the point of me going silent, going like all stealthy, like just taking down everyone, just with melee? It's like if it's the same point amount, I would rather just kill them, get the same amount. That's that. So.
Does it
That's
affect
true.
the morality system of like the city hates you less either?
Only if they see you doing it. Like if they see you killing someone, then your morality will go down. But if they don't see you do it, like especially if it's against enemies, like so-called enemies, like the Bloom contractors, which are like the C2S company or something, then there's no like wrongdoing or anything. And the morality system, it's so stupid. Like it's like if you're in the red, if you shoot some person in public, they will like take out their cell phone immediately and call the cops. But if you're like if you're a good guy, it's like they'll just I had this one instance where the guy was like saying, "Dude, okay, it's okay, I won't call the cops. Just run." I'm like, that's cool, I guess, but it's like so, half baked.
Yeah.
So, and it's so weird because like, I don't know, just morality. They could have removed that; it wouldn't have mattered towards the gameplay anyway. And that was my big problem with Watchdogs. Even though I enjoyed the game, it's like it's a hogwash full of ideas. Like there's free roam in it. There's like online racing, but it's like, what does this have to do with the point of the game? That has nothing to do with the game. It's fun to go free roaming, but it's like it's not the type of game where you would want to free roam in because it's Chicago. It's not this like imaginary city that sort of like Chicago, but it's not Chicago. It's weird. It's not Chicago. Like I only saw like one public bus, and it wasn't those type of buses that you see in Chicago. And there's like and there's like homeless people, but like they're not in the places where you would see homeless people. Like there was none in Lower Rocker Drive. And I was like, that's impossible. It's like there's always homeless people on Lower Rocker Drive, and like you see one or two, but it's like, it's not the same.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It doesn't remind me of Chicago at all. Yeah,
and it's weird because like when you go to Navy Pier, it says when you go to the hotspot, city hotspot, then you click on it, then there's a picture of it. There's this Navy Pier, but then when you look up at the sign, there's no Navy Pier signage anywhere. So it's like, what the hell's going on here? It's like it sort of recreates the structure, but still they can't get the actual name, the name of it on the actual structure itself. So that's kind of weird. And
well, you know what was really disappointing? The bean.
Ah, yeah.
It's not even reflective.
It's like a cloudy thing with lights. I was like, what?
It's like,
What is this?
come on now, this is next gen. This thing should be the just top of the line reflective
just reflect everything.
Yeah, and it was just like, no, we can't do that, and they just made it this weird cloudy matte donut.
There's like there's the two screens in a fountain. Like they got that, but it's like different because it's like there's like small squares orientation. Like if you're going to recreate, just recreate it. Like it's like, what's the difference? Like they don't have any of the cows in Chicago, but I guess that's an art thing, so maybe that's okay. But they could have done like dogs or something that's just like it, but it's not. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're doing anyway. Disappointing, but it's okay game. It's not. I don't know why they delayed it. Like, what did they add to this game? I wish I knew. Like, what did you add? Was it just the mini games? Because like after you finish the game, there is a ton of stuff to do. It's like there's convoy missions, there's fixer missions, which are like either like kill someone or steal a car or go around and like just do checkpoint things against the cops or something. There's just so much noise that just takes away from the main portion of the game. But the online hacking / tailing is probably the best thing in that game. It is so fun.
Yeah.
It's so tense. But sometimes I wonder, like, am I that stupid? Because once you fail, when someone's hacking you, then you fail it. You fail to find that person. They show you where the guy was, and there's some hacking ones where it's like the guy's just there. It's like I didn't see him. Oh, I'm so stupid. But yeah, that's really fun. That's really the best thing about that game is those invasions. It's really good.
So, how did you upgrade your character initially?
Just a smorgasbord because like it was like most of it is let's say most of my points went into hacking first because that's like the meat of the game, and then some of it went to what is it? Combat. Oh, combat. Went to combat because I wanted to reload faster. I wanted to like aim better with my guns, so I went towards that route. But like when there was driving, right? It's like I put no points towards that.
Yeah.
It's like it's so useless. Like why would you?
How is the driving actually compared to GTA?
It's looser, really loose compared to GTA. It's like
it feels... GTA 4. Everybody complained about the driving, and I haven't really heard anybody talk about the driving in this game. It
was like the best thing ever in GTA 4. Like they lowered the traction in GTA 5, and the driving wasn't as like quote unquote realistic, but it was okay. But like in Watchdogs, like the biggest problem is like it feels like you're on a slippery road all the time, and like it just depends on the vehicle you're using. Like the only vehicle that's like the best is the motorbikes because they don't have any of that feel. They're like straight up traction is like to the road and like you could maneuver easily. So, but it's always the risk because like you might hit something and you just go flying off and like it sucks. But yeah, the driving is kind of weird. A lot of people can't get used to it, but it's like after a while you get used to the slippery roads kind of traction. So I got used to it, but it's not that good. Even though they said supposedly Ubisoft Reflections was working on it. Those are the driver guys, and driver like was handled really well, like in a driving sense. So I don't know what the hell happened. So maybe they're just talking out of their ass. Oh, the driver guys helped us on it. Whatever.
Helped.
Yeah.
They didn't make it. They just helped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True. Yeah. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, the invasion stuff is fun. The like privacy invasion where you go to like random boxes and you like look into the person's apartment or house. Yeah, those are interesting. Very interesting. It's like I think one of the coolest things about the hacking part, where it's like you just especially the profilers, like when it goes in a random, like when you just look at everyone, like it's cool, but like you could totally see it's random, but at the same time, you start seeing the same stuff pop up over and over again. Like
Yeah.
for some reason in like the Chicago I'm in, a lot of people like watching torture porn. Like it's weird because they could have had like a contest where like submit your idea to Ubisoft and we'll put it in the game. Like you just like type in, oh likes teddy bears or something. Like you could have everyone in the entire world like submit something and just put in a spreadsheet and just have the game pick from that. Instead, they just pick from like a pool of like a couple hundred sentences. Like that's not enough. They should have done like thousands of stuff so that nothing will feel the same.
Yo.
But it's still fun. Like looking at people's like income. Like, oh, this guy makes a lot of money. Let me steal his money. But yeah, good game.
Did you ever notice like sometimes you'll walk past a person talking on their phone, and then you hack the phone, and it'll be a totally different voice and totally different conversation.
No.
Like, they didn't plan this that well.
And I did notice like there's barely any cops on the street.
Yeah.
That's really weird because you see like a blip sometimes, like the sirens of like a diamond shaped siren, where it's like red and white, red and blue, and like okay, that's one cop. In like my 2 hours or 3 hours of my gameplay, it's like I haven't seen anything else. They only come when someone calls. That's just so weird. But yeah, it's okay game, solid. I mean, it's not the best game ever, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever get it to the level where it's coming out yearly like Assassin's Creed or not?
I hope not. Oh man, that would suck.
I actually think they will.
That would suck.
I mean, if you look at how Assassin's Creed works, it's basically all the systems were designed for the first game, and then they just added systems every year, sometimes took out systems, and, did different art. But for the most part, they were kind of the same games.
Yeah.
Hey, luckily, Assassin's Creed, I think, was lucky. Usually, like Call of Duty, it's basically the same every year. A little bit of an adjustment here and there. With Assassin's Creed, they've added almost every... Well, I guess not almost all of them, but, several of them had really major additions, like the ship combat in Assassin's Creed 3. And no one liked it, but there was that base defense type game
that was
in one
terrible.
of the Assassin's Creed 2s.
Oh my god.
But I really liked training your own assassins, and I think that was in
Revelation.
Brotherhood, was it?
Oh yeah, Brotherhood, yes.
Yeah. So they added major things every once in a while, which that was kind of cool. I think I can really see that happening to Watchdogs too.
It feels weird because it feels like all the systems are the same in all their games now. It's like, oh, there's a base that you have to infiltrate, and it will unlock everything in this area. It's like I wish it would like do something different for each to make each game unique from itself. Rather than this is just a first-person Assassin's Creed, Far Cry 4.
I found a not really a bug, but sort of. So one of those places that you hack into that unlocks everything on the map.
Yeah.
I hacked in without walking into the area. I just looked through cameras and got everything done, and then it said, "Leave the area." So I left the area, and I went. I don't know. I walked for quite a distance. I did lots of side quests, but it would never clear the main mission of leave the area. And I was like, "What's going on here?" And it turned out that I had to go, because I had never gone into the area, it never registered that I left it because I was never inside. So I actually had to run all the way back there, take one step in, and then take one step out, and then it said, "Oh, you've completed it. You left the area." I was like, really?
Did you ever reach Pawnee?
I don't.
It's like a
No,
certain
I haven't
section.
been there yet. It's like
I
on
think
the west side, right?
Yeah, northwest. It's like this
Yeah.
weird woodlands area. It's like is there something close to Chicago that represents that? Like, I don't know. Like close to Wisconsin, is there? Like a wooded,
Well,
mountainous area?
I don't know about mountainous.
yeah.
It's true because they have all these like hills and shit. I was like, I don't think there's something like that in Chicago, near Chicago.
Man.
That's kind of weird though. There's like a hick area. I was like, weird. It feels like
It represents all of Wisconsin.
it feels like you're like in like somewhere like in Minnesota or something in something northern. It's like this is not in the outskirts of Chicago. No way. But yeah, it's okay.
Man,
Game.
so much stuff about the representation of Chicago and the surrounding areas. It just because they keep calling it Chicago. Everything says Chicago, and then you play it, and if you live in this area and you go to Chicago, it's like this is not Chicago. When I go this way, there should be more of Chicago, just more sparse. But nope, there's nothing there. When I go this way, there should be museums. Like, there should be, the lake should feel like an ocean.
Yeah,
And it's just like none of this is right.
and it's like it's weird because there's no like subway system. There's no what do you call it? There's no
Mass transit,
like
public transportation.
there's no like airlines anywhere. There's no O'Hare. There's no planes. Usually, like in Grand Theft Auto, you usually see like a plane going overhead, right? But here, it's like you don't hear any planes at all. It's like as if they don't exist. It's like this is Chicago. Chicago is O'Hare. O'Hare is a major airport, and they don't have it. So that's weird too.
The sounds are wrong. Just Okay,
But hey,
so
they got the
it's
L
not
train.
just me.
They got the L
Because I
train.
thought it didn't feel like it.
So it clearly does not do what GTA 5 does to LA, or what the what Watchdogs wants to do for
Los
Chicago.
Santos feels like LA when I went there.
Or just Southern California in general, or that region.
It's like and that's like they had a version of Magnificent Mile, which is like a mile in Chicago where it's all shops, and you go to the same stretch in Watchdogs, and it's like it's so different. It's like where's the shops?
Yep.
It's like they call it Mad Mile, and it just looks totally different. It's like
where's
didn't
the
get it
water
right.
pump? Where's the bookstores that closed down over here?
Yeah, especially the water station.
Yeah.
Where's whatever.
that one park that's there, it's not. I couldn't find it in the game.
Maybe this is why people always make games that are set in New York or LA, 'cause it's just so... I don't know. I'm so used to it, I don't know.
Or maybe they try harder because presumably more people are there.
Or, people will call them out on the authenticity.
Yeah, with Chicago, they're just, whatever, we'll put in Sears Tower or whatever it's called now, and, then we'll call it a day.
So, Gamer, would you say that it lived up to the hype that was generated all those years ago when they showed it at E3 the first time? Gamer. Oh, Gamer's internet connection is breaking. Alright.
Oh no!
So, I guess we'll switch over to me and what I've been playing then. So on handhelds, I took a break from Soul Sacrifice because it was getting a bit grindy, and it's like, ugh, just doing these quests and having to do all this. I don't know, it felt like it was very grindy and doing the same old every time, and like the monsters weren't dying fast enough, and it was just like, ugh, I need a break. So I was like, okay, well, I tried a bit of Tearaway, but that did not. That game did not seem like a very I want to play this in public type game, so I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. So I switched to Uncharted Golden Abyss. So I played that. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I've never played any of the Uncharted, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll play this one and I'll play through the trilogy, and then I'll be ready for Uncharted 4. But pretty good job, because it's basically it feels very much like a competent third-person action adventure game with Nathan.
That is an astounding fact that I didn't know, or maybe I knew, but I don't remember. that you have not played Uncharted.
And I've been playing it with the sound off, so I had to turn subtitles on. So
Wow.
I'm not getting to like get the voiceovers, but the dialogue's pretty funny just reading it. So I'm guessing they did a pretty good job of that too. But
That might be a good thing actually. Golden Abyss, while it looks good for a handheld, doesn't look as good as the console ones. So you're not sort of tainted.
so yeah, I'm enjoying the story, and there's different enemy types that you get later on. Because like when you first start, there's just like the normal thugs, but then eventually there's dudes with armor or whatever, and shotgun dudes, and there's different way to like dispatch enemies. So, and there's like a lot of stuff to do. Like you can, or I mean, like it uses the Vita functionality. That's what I meant. So it's like there's times when you have to use these I forget what it's called, not sand carving or sand painting, but it's like you push your button against the screen and it rubs out this image, and then that's how you like solve all these puzzles. There's that. But then like the annoying one that it does is like when you're walking across a log that's over some water, which happens multiple times, and it's like, well, that's not so convenient. Because you have to like balance Drake to like not fall off, that's the annoying one. Like I wish they would just like not put that one in, or you had the option of like not doing it. But then it's cool because like a lot of the touch stuff is like optional. So it's like if you want to use a touch screen or motion controls, you can do that. Or there's like a secondary function with like the buttons. They're like, or you can like do it like this. So that's pretty cool. Like the grenade throwing, and then what else is there besides the grenade throwing? Grenade throwing. And
Does the melee give you that option?
No. Oh wait. Actually, yeah. Because I'm not sure about the melee, but I just push the square button on the melee. So. And there's like, or it's like there's square button, and then like it'll have the arrow, and you have to like draw your finger over it. So probably not, but yeah.
You actually don't have to draw your finger over it.
Oh, you don't?
You can mark that direction anywhere on the screen.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's not.
Because I always chase over it. Because there's like an S1, and I was like, whoa, I haven't seen that one yet. So that was interesting. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I believe this was another free game I got. So yay! I'm not sure if it was bundled with my Vita, or if it was plus, or like the Amazon bundle I got. So or plus. So, but yeah, another free game that I'm enjoying. So yeah, and then it's cool because like he gets this sidekick lady, and they're on this quest, and then stuff goes down, and now it's like I thought it was at the end, but now it's like I'm not so sure, so I'm not about to see what goes down after that. But there's like this part where I got to like where you have to hold the Vita up to like a bright light to reveal something behind this paper thing. And I was like, oh well, I'm going to do this at home because there's no lights here, or I can't just like stand on a table in the break room and just hold it up to the lights. So that would be weird. So I was like, oh well, progress stunted yet again by a Vita game that wants me to do weird things in public that I'm not about to do. So yeah, I was like, oh well.
If I recall, it didn't work for me. What I ended up doing was just covering the camera for a while so that the Vita thought it was really dark, and then removing my hand, and then it thought it was really bright, and it worked.
Oh, tropical. But yeah, I'm still playing Trials every now and then when I have like no time. I'll just be like, oh, well, I don't have time to jump into Soul Sacrifice or Uncharted, so I'll play a bit of the Trials game. So slowly but surely becoming a fan of that little nugget of a game. Let's see what else I've been playing. Okay, so I guess I'll get it out the way now. Mass Effect 3. Oh man. Okay, so the slow churning of gold waves continues. But 360, I'm almost there. It's like, well, I'm not almost there yet, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel because it's just N7 thingy, and I got a strategy for that. And then it's like the gold waves, and like every day now, I'm gonna. Well, it's like it sucks because like stuff keeps happening. It's like I keep trying to just crack out a Mass Effect, and then like stuff will happen. It's like I can't crack out a Mass Effect. It's like because like this week it was the people that like spare apartment for like bugs or whatever were coming in, so I was like, oh, well, I have to clean my apartment. So I was like, I couldn't crack out like I wanted to. And then last week it was like, oh, it's Combat Infinity, and I got addicted to it. And so it's like stuff keeps happening. And next week it's E3, so it's like, dude, what the f? It's like, it's like
August is coming too soon.
I will not allow my destiny to be taken away from me like this, and I will get this best of the best banner, no matter what I have to do. So it's like, I'm just gonna be cracking out in block sessions of Mass Effect 3 Gold on every day when I have a chance. After next week, because E3, so I'll get around to it again, and then I have to do it all over again on PS3 just to shut up. No, I am Chuck. So yeah.
Once you get it, Tekken, will you continue playing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer?
No, I'm done. I'm done. Unless someone wants to play, I'm pretty much done. Since that was my goal, was to get all the banners, and I can just go back to single player and finishing all the film drops. And sooner or later, I'm sure the next Mass Effect game will be here, and I'll be like, yes, I can move on. Unless they have the remastered edition, and it's like, oh, and there's multiplayer, and it's got all the stuff in it. And it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to play it again. I might just not play it on next gen. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, still at it. Kraken Sentinel for the win. And then Ace Combat Infinity. So that game, I played with RPG. It was fun. And then it's that game. Okay, so I said I wouldn't spend any money, but I spent. Okay, I haven't spent I haven't spent. Okay, so what happened was I needed some fuel, and there's this bundle that they have in the store that you get this limited edition emblem, and I was like, okay, I'll buy that because I needed some fuel because there's a challenge. There are challenges that they had, and I didn't figure out how they worked until it was too late, and I'd used up my free fuel from the week that they give all you that stuff. And I was like, dang it, I can do this if I just had some fuel. And I was like, but I don't. But if I just let the game give me fuel, I'm not going to be able to get it. So it's I got to buy some. So I had to bite the bullet, had to do it, and then spent $15 on that thing that gets you 20 fuel and the little Aces emblem and the little emblem. But then it's annoying because the emblem I got shows up in the lobby, which I feel kind of stupid now because it's everyone will know I spent money on this game because there's a little Ace Combat Infinity or Ace's emblem, and it's next to my name every time, and I'm like, oh, I'm such a sucker. I'm such a sucker, and everybody knows it now. But
man,
but whatever.
You played into their hands free to play. It worked.
But gamer. But
fuel system.
I still paid less than $60, so.
It doesn't matter. This how this free to play works. Sooner or later, you'll come across the same situation again later on. I'm
no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. This is the last time. It's the last time. It's still working on the F-22. I'm getting there slowly but surely, and then just grinding up credits, and then that's the other thing is if there were all the campaign missions were available, I probably would have bought the $20 one just to get all the campaign missions, but it's not. So it's well, now I'm just gonna grind for credits in game and not give you the money to. Yeah, so take that, Bandai, Namco, Bandai, whatever you are now, and Team Aces.
They took it. They took your $15.
Shut up. Shut up. Well, I also bought another pack that gave you this special edition Thailand emblem. It was only $2. It was only $2 or $3. It was super cheap, but you got the bang for your buck was so good, I couldn't turn it down. So I was like, well, that's a
how
deal.
do you justify it being worth it?
What you get out of it, Tropical? I'm not just buying the fuel because the fuel is just it's by the numbers. It's you pay 50, you get 60. You pay 20, you get 25 or something. So you get 10 free. So it's I'm not just gonna buy fuel. There's got to be something else here in the deal. I'm not just gonna spend the money in my PlayStation wallet for fuel. It's got to be something else besides the fuel because or no deal because that's how I roll.
So you could buy cosmetic stuff, that's okay, but once you're desperate, you have to buy it. You would have to buy the fuel. Out of desperation, or
no, I wouldn't.
You don't
I wouldn't
have
buy any.
to?
I wouldn't buy any cosmetic stuff because there's no cosmetic stuff in the game that you can buy.
What else do you buy? Wait, what did you just say?
The only thing that you buy in the game. Oh, okay. So you can buy fuel. You can buy these two different types of contracts that get you upgrades faster. So essentially, one gets you credits faster, or more credits per mission. And then the other thing gets you more research done on your parts per mission. And then those are the two things you can buy with that. And then the fuel, and then I believe that is it besides the bundle stuff that I already talked about. But I'm done. No more. So, going forward, no more spending no more money on that game. And if I do, I'm a fair.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm not gonna. I can do it, Tropical. I made it 6 months without buying a game. I can I can overcome my impulsiveness on free-to-play games, which are now my enemy. After playing this game, I'm like, you know what? F free-to-play. I mean, I think that's why why I hate them. It's like they get me every time. Well, not every time, because Sims City Social, I didn't spend any money gamer. But
shut up.
I think it's a console thing. I think it's a console thing. It's like I'm so used to like spending money that it's like when I'm presented with like the option of like, oh, just let it, sit there for 4 hours and get some fuel or spend money. It's like, well, I have money, so why would I?
Do you have to wait in game for
You
it
don't,
to refuel,
you don't have to wait
just-
in game 4 hours, just 4 hours
Okay.
real time, and then you only get 3 units of fuel. So like every 12 hours you have full fuel, and then after that though you have to wait 4 hours for 1 unit. So.
Oh, okay.
So I could just play it once every day and then do challenges and whatever. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, still enjoying it, and they'll get no more money out of me. I mean, yeah, gamer, they got some, but like, that's all I get. So.
Says the guy who spent like probably hundreds on Mass Effect 3 multiplayer.
Yeah. Well, Pure Spectre packs. What can I say? Delicious.
Mm.
And then lastly, Gran Turismo 6. There was a Arton, or however you say its first name, Senna tribute DLC that came out with an update, and then another Vision car came out, and then we're gonna get another Vision car soon for the Golf GTI, or just the Golf Vision car. So that'll be cool. And yeah, I played through that, and it was fun. And I still need to finish the GT Academy, which has the final stage available. I've not gotten past stage 1 yet, so I'm still on. Well, I haven't started stage 2, but I need to do 2, 3, and 4, knock those out. And yeah, that'll be Gran Turismo 6, still rolling out the content. So yeah, and that is all I've been playing. So gamer, you were talking about Watchdogs. Would you like to continue or go on to Mario Kart 8?
No, it's okay. It's an okay game if you like it, but the man Kotaku had the article that just like trashed it.
Wow.
So don't read that review because that's kind of weird. I feel that review just like, rather than talking about the game, it was like half talking about the game and half about its own agenda. So that was kind of weird. But yeah, solid game. Wait for a price drop.
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be cheap by the time I get my PS4, so I can be like, my wait was justified because I didn't have to pay as much, and I still enjoyed it. However, I will be getting it around the time Far Cry 4 comes out, so I'd rather play that. Sorry, Watchdogs, because I played Far Cry 3 and it's pretty awesome, and you're a new IP, so you're untested, and if Batman was out, you'd be on the back burner too. So either way, you would have won. So I'm sorry.
If Batman's not coming out.
Shut up.
Yeah, solid. Then the other game is Mario Kart 8, which is fantastic. As someone who's never played Mario Kart since 64, it's like, man, this game looks so good. So good. Like, it's so fun. I don't know. There's nothing else I could say. It's like, it's Mario Kart, but it's always been fun for me, so it's nice. It's another game in their like continuation of titles that just like look back at older titles. They're like, oh, this felt so good, right? Like they have like tracks from like other markets. They have from the DS, from Wii, from N64, and they're remade for Mario Kart 8. And it's sort of like they have new tracks, but like they always like to reminisce for some reason in these newer games about the past, and like that's kind of weird, but it's cool. Because was it one of the new one of the old tracks is Toad's Turnpike. Looks amazing in Mario Kart 8. Man, so good. HD, man, Nintendo in HD just clicks because their art style just looks so good, like almost CG like. Compared to other developers.
So do you think they're gonna make
unless they're hardware?
Do you think they're gonna make more HD remakes like Wind Waker down the line for Wii U? In lieu of their, or to like to plug the gap during their droughts.
Remakes of what though?
Gamer, you just said games that have cartoony art style. That's a Nintendo game, so like.
But that was like
well,
the only cartoony art style was Wind Waker. Like
I was gonna say
they're gonna remake Sunshine. But I haven't played Sunshine, so I can't really badmouth it. It looked bad, so that's why I didn't play it. But like, what would they remake? Because they didn't really develop many.
Or like they're just like making either old stuff that's like they're like old, not as good looking, that hasn't aged well with like HD visuals. So I guess anything.
I can't think of anything. It's mostly rare games on N64 for me. Rare. But yeah, that's a fun game. Pick it up if you're into Mario Kart, because it's still fun. Like online is a blast. I was playing with like another forums. Like, oh man, it's so fun. Like there was 12 people in the room, and just like shit is going haywire because like there's red shells, blue shells, like all this shit's happening. Like it's a lot of fun. Even if you lose, you still have a good time playing the game. So.
Yeah, I saw in one review that they only have like the battle mode on like the regular race courses. Do you think they messed up on that?
Yeah, they messed up bad. I don't know what they were thinking. It's like it's a bad concept even in itself. Like your battle mode is in a race course, but you could go like anywhere. That's stupid. Bring back the arenas, which I hope it's not DLC or anything.
I know, right?
And then like the tournament system is fun. You could input like 12-digit code, I think. Just anytime you want, and you could join that room anytime you want. It's always up on their server, so you could join 24/7. There's gonna be Aimless room or something. Then you could join at any time. Like see people join in. You could make it like you could set a lot of custom rules, which is pretty cool for online racing. So, and they have Mario Kart TV, which introduced it's just a replay mode. Basically, just records all your match. Not all, maybe it cuts off, but I've noticed that it records all my matches. So that I've been even in the case of the room you've been in, like, oh, this is the match you were playing in. So that's cool. You could like replay, do action shots, and all that good stuff. So that's cool.
Wow. Is that where all the Luigi Death Stare stuff is coming from?
Yeah, that's where it's coming from.
Okay.
That meme now has got me laughing so hard at work. Like, I shouldn't even be browsing on the web, but it's like I looked at it, it's like I laughed so hard. God, I felt so embarrassed because shit. But yeah, that's the funniest thing I've seen in like ages.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I played the game for about 5 minutes at a Target, and I was starting to think, oh man, I do want a Wii U, which means I should bust out my Wii and finish all the games I have on there.
But you could play them on the Wii U.
I actually would have to go back even further because I have GameCube games. I haven't. But it's just.
Did you see that? They introduced that dongle. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, oh man, yeah. See. It's like, see. When I saw that, it's like that gives me hope of like them doing something really awesome with the Virtual Console, or just like having some sort of like really cool digital thing where they like have old games. But it's like I don't want to get my hopes up.
Supposedly, like people that hacked the Wii U with the Wii mode of the Wii U, like, but they were able to put their like old files in it. They were able to play GameCube games. Of course, there's no controller, that's why they couldn't really play them. But like, the functionality is there. Is that there needs to be a way to get the controller. Now there is, so it's like, can you please enable it? Please. I can finally play some Eternal Darkness. I have that game. I was like sitting there. It's like I don't want to bring my Wii anymore. It's like screw that system. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, it's funny because like I had to hook up all my old consoles to get that Star Wars stuff, and then like they're just sitting there now, and I'm like, ugh, there has to be a better way than like hulking out an old console you don't even play anymore, and it's just like
Retron 5.
It's like my GameCube 64 and PlayStation 2 just like sitting there staring at me. Ugh, it's terrible. And then I want to play Zone of the Enders too, and I bought the HD collection and I hadn't downloaded yet, and I was like, oh, I just want to play some. 45 minutes later, and it's like, oh, but that was just a download time they have to install, and it's just like, oh. It's like, I already had the physical copy, I should just plugged in my PS2, and it would have been so much easier. Just, curses. Backwards compatibility, why it matters. So I guess that's it for what we've been playing. And we can move on to this week's weekly topic of free E3 hype. Yes! Woohoo! What we've all been waiting for, because E3 is the most magical time of the year in the gaming industry. And yeah, everything that awesome, well, not everything awesome, but you know, when everything awesome goes down, that's where it's at. So we got three things to talk about for the free E3 list. So our first thing is our what's it called? 3 most wanted games, which are our top 3 games that we're most looking forward to seeing covered on the show floor or at a press conference in some capacity. 3 surprise announcements. What we think the surprise announcements from anybody will be at their press conference. What will get people excited and talking about their platform or game. And then our 3 wish announcements. This will never happen, but we'd like to see it. So, let's see. I guess we'll start with our 3 most wanted. Who wants to go first?
Well, so are we counting unannounced games?
Sure.
Because if we count unannounced games, that's basically everything I'm interested in. I think we should take it as unannounced games are sort of a given, because that is the most exciting part, I think, of this year's E3. And if the schedules are anything to go by, there should be a fair number of unannounced games this year. So if we get rid of those, then we can actually talk about games that we are interested in seeing. First of all, obviously, is Batman Arkham Knight. We haven't really gotten to see gameplay that much, and what they've talked about with the Batmobile sounds really cool, and so we know that they're showing more Batmobile stuff. Hopefully they show more of the game in any capacity, because it's crazy awesome. Sad that it's being pushed to next year, but perhaps they were... I mean, Rockstar did that, not Rockstar, Rocksteady. They did that with the first game, and that turned out great. So this should be fine. It's just yeah. So I want to see that one. Evolve. I'm actually really interested in seeing a match. I think there are some videos online. And if you don't know, that's the 4-player hunters versus the 1 monster, and everyone's a player. I'm wondering what the matchmaking is going to be like. Will it just select a random person to be the monster? What if you want to play with your friends against other monsters? It could be kind of a cool situation where all the lone wolves out there, and we know you're out there on the internet, you always play as the monster, and then all the co-op people, no co-op, no sale people, they can always play as the hunters and fight against the monster. That'd be pretty cool.
That's actually a good point, Tropical, because I think that's the only way I'd ever play that game. I would never want to be the monster against 4 strangers or getting teamed up on by people being the monster.
Or if you're in a group of people, it's like you're the monster, then your other 4 are friends. Like, it's not the same.
Mm.
You want someone who wants to rip you apart. You know what I mean?
That's really awesome.
The trolls
so
versus
hopefully,
the hater.
I'm hoping there's going to be something like that. But I guess we know a lot about the game, and yet we don't know a lot about the game. The other aspect of it is that the 4 different hunter classes are only that. They're different classes. Apparently, they have a lot of different characters within each of those classes, and each of them is sort of different. It's kind of like Alien Swarm was. You had, I think there was 2 or 3 of every class in that game, and they had slightly different specs from each other, even in the same category. So there should be some neat stuff there, hopefully, in Evolve. We have so much more memory now, so why not? A third one. Wow, it's hard to pick. I suppose Mirror's Edge 2. All we know is that it exists, it's being worked on, and they're going to give an update on it. And that's really all we know.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow up Tropical because one of my picks is Mirror's Edge 2 because I love the first one, and then that teaser last year was just like, like before we knew what next gen's games looked like, I was like, I don't know. It's like then we're like, oh, it could be that. Like it's like that's the whole thing. Is like this year I'm like, I'm wanting my brain to finally like be able to like recognize what is like in game and what is pre-rendered from next gen. 'Cause it's just like it looks so good. I can't tell. Like Batman. I was like, I don't know. It looks so good. I can't tell. It's like I want to believe it's all in game. So yeah, and then, and I don't have a PS4 yet. So it's like I can still believe that it'll be just so ridiculously looking that I just can't even tell the difference. And so yeah, Mirror's Edge 2 just that teaser last year just killed it for me. And then my second would be The Division because dude. Oh, that game just like saw last year, and then it just killed it. Just like that game is basically like I said, everything in my brain I want to play in a video game, and it's just like boom, just like here you go, Tekken, and just bam. Like the only way that game could be better was like if it was like skinned with Mass Effect universe on it, and then that would be perfect. It's like you're not on Earth, you're not in New York, you're on some place in the Skillian Blitz, and then Squad of 4 and on a planet and just open world multiplayer, but whatever. It's like it hits all the marks. I want to see more of it. And then my third would be Rainbow Six Patriots because that game, man, it like okay, I'm like a huge I've been loving the new Splinter Cells and like Rainbow Six has been gone for a while, so I'm really interested to see how like if they can like do anything to like cross over between the two to be like okay, the stuff that's in this game we're gonna sprinkle it in here, or just like when they showed it, it was like a concept of the Patriots game. It looked really good, and like where it was going with the story, and like supposedly the whole twists and consequence at key moments in the game, making decisions on the fly, and it's going to affect the outcome. I guess like similar to Black Ops, even though I didn't play it, so it's like a game I actually care about as opposed to Call of Duty. So yeah, and well yeah, okay, I'll stop taking jabs. I'll stop taking jabs. I'm not gonna take another jab. So Splinter Cell favorite or I mean, wow. I'm sorry. Rainbow Six Patriots, yeah, my third game. Gamer.
This is what we would want to see more of, right?
Yeah.
The Order, because those clips they've been showing are just kind of weird and off. Like you're showing a lot of old footage here. It's like let's see what it looks like now. So I want to see more of that. Batman, of course. Just like satiate me. Just give me like a combat room demo or like one round or something. Just let me see how it looks like.
Oh, man.
I just want to see how it looks like. Just a small snippet, Because like it's not the open world stuff, so it's just the combat and how it looks. So, and third game. Damn, I don't know.
Are you pumped for PS4 Uncharted?
They haven't announced it. So I want to say that will be my third title, but it's like they haven't announced yet. Supposedly tomorrow they're gonna announce. They're gonna show the Game Informer cover. That's gonna be the game that they're gonna show at Sony's presser.
Oh.
So a lot of people are saying it's gonna be Uncharted 4 because like the Game Informer released that interview with the Naughty Dog founders, Evan Wells and Christoph Balestra. So it's like, oh, it has to be Uncharted, right? It has to be. So yeah, if that was announced, that would be my number 3. I want to see more of that for sure. But yeah, that's it.
All right, 3 surprise announcements where we think is going to be just getting people excited and talking about games or other stuff.
Well, so a weird thing has been happening, and I don't know if people have noticed, but PS3 games now, when you go out to the store and you look at them, they have the same topper as PS4 games. So the only way to really tell them apart, I mean, besides reading it, is the boxes are different colors. PS3 games are still in clear boxes, whereas PS4 games are in blue boxes. But they both have the blue banners now. And it struck me last week, and like, why is that? Why are they making it sort of confusing as to which games you can play on what systems? So this might be moving more into Wish territory, but I'm thinking that they're unifying it because those games will somehow be accessible on PS4.
Oh man, don't say that. Oh my god, that would be a megaton if they did
It's
announce that.
crazy because the thing is with PlayStation Now, not breaking any NDAs here. PlayStation Now is sort of it's a weird thing on PlayStation 3 because the PS3 plays PS3 games. So why would you need to stream them? You know, wouldn't it be more cost effective for everyone if they just let you download those games and then sure, it took longer, but then you'd never have to connect to the internet again. You just have the game on your hard drive and you can just play it that way.
Oh man.
However, like on PlayStation 4, that's where it really shines because there's a hardware problem that needs to be solved. PlayStation 4 can't play PS3 games. Just architecture is too different. And so having it where you stream the PS3 games, that way you don't need specialized hardware locally, that's where PlayStation Now is really cool. So I don't know. The idea, I'm wondering if they unified it like that, how would it be some sort of like disc, what did they call them? Disc privileges or whatever? Where you could buy the disc and then you would be able to play it on your PlayStation 4 via streaming or something like that?
I have no idea.
Not sure if that's realistic at all, but it's see, it's a very exciting idea. It would be really exciting if they announced all of this sort of backwards compatibility stuff that has been rumored. PlayStation 3 through PlayStation Now, PlayStation 1 and 2 games. I mean, PlayStation 2, who knows? But PlayStation 1 games, those have worked on all the PlayStation systems since the PlayStation 1. So why doesn't it work on the PS4? And some of the rumors that have come out suggest to me that they've just been waiting for the right time, possibly adding new features like the rumors say. Oh, that would be amazing. Second one, I guess to be fair, we'll go with Microsoft. I have the feeling that they are going to show really exciting games that we haven't heard anything about yet. Possibly dormant franchises that people are really interested in. Shenmue 3 is something that's been thrown around, though I'm not really sure that's going to be that big a deal. But some other franchise for me, what would it be? I can't think of any. But something like that where there's some name, so people, even before they show any footage of it, they just show the name. It's like, oh, we're working on this exclusive to Xbox One, and people get excited already.
Would it have to be something old or new? Like old that's redone or a new game?
I think it would have to be, I guess it would be a reboot then. So it would be, the IP would be tied to something old that people remember fondly. Maybe like Battletoads or something like that. But then the actual game itself would have to be all the modern sensibilities, doesn't have the wonkiness or jankiness of old games like that. It's just the IP gets people excited, and then the game itself is really good. So I have a feeling they are going to announce some
that's
games
one of mine.
like that.
One of my surprises was like they're gonna do something that's. So it's like one of their properties. They're bringing it back, but it's in a different way.
Yep.
And it's gonna be awesome.
Because right now the Xbox One has no identity really. Everything that they told us the Xbox One was is gone. It's not the online machine. It's not the all-in-one media thingy that they wanted it to be.
Don't need Kinect.
Yeah, the Kinect thing is gone, so flippantly, a lot of people have been saying, oh, now it's just a PS4. It's like, well, just is a strong word there. So yeah, this year I think they have to show, okay, now that all that's gone, it's sort of a blank slate. What is the Xbox One? It's never going to be as powerful as the PS4. That's just how it is. So you have to prove yourself in other ways. And I think they're going to show. I don't know if they're going to succeed, but today I was watching a video. Pachter was talking about E3 is the only games thing that the mainstream covers, and so while Microsoft wants to just show games because of the crowd, and the crowd is going to be brutal if they don't do just games like they've been saying. But yeah, for the sake of the mainstream and Microsoft being a big company, they have to address the stuff that the mainstream cares about, which apparently is TV.
Or they think the mainstream cares about.
Yeah.
Nobody's cutting cords. TV, man.
Yeah.
Sports.
So a lot of that, Halo TV stuff, it's like, oh, that's not exciting to me. I think that's why we've seen so many of their announcements. Everything they've announced already, you think it's exciting, but actually it's not exciting. Halo 5, we knew it was coming, and they announced it's coming out next year. So why should we be excited about that? Not even early next year, late next year. Price cut, okay, now it's basically everything. They've caught up to the PS4. They've taken Netflix out of the paywall, and yeah, that's all catch up. And then Forza Horizon 2, like, okay, another Forza. Anyone surprised? So
Actually, I think that would be mine in general. Tropical. It's just like Microsoft surprising me because I want them to not do something that I expect. Yeah. And this is like the only time that they can do it.
I think they are going to surprise us.
I hope they do.
So my second surprise announcement is Microsoft surprises us. Nintendo. It's weird since they don't have a press conference. I guess they're gonna show us some game that we really want to see. Probably Zelda.
I think that's the problem with Tropical is like, there's like some Nintendo fans like myself have drawn a line in the sand where it's like, okay, I'll wait until New Mario, whatever, because it's like 3D Land, whatever, too much like 3DS one. So it's like, for me, it's like Star Fox, F-Zero, or maybe it would have been Zelda in the past, but I'm over Zelda, so it's like Metroid. It's like those three. It's like, or GTFO. So it's like, sorry Nintendo, like it's got to be one of those three, or you're just like, you don't have my money. And then like until then, yeah, I'll just remember the times that we had, and the good and the bad, but it was more bad. So that's why we're divorced now. So yeah.
I hope it's not Zelda. Like they announced new Zelda last year, so it's like,
yeah, it's kind of expected.
Do something else.
I think, yeah. Actually, now that you said it, Tekken, yeah, they are no longer. It's no longer like it was in the past, where it was one Mario game per console and it was one Zelda game per console. Basically, now it feels kind of oversaturated. There are tons of more. We've seen tons of Mario games in the last 10 years. Even Zelda is becoming less of a rarity. There was a remake, there was a sequel on the 3DS. There's been, I think, yeah, the last 10 years compared to the 10 years before that, there were a lot of Zelda games. So it does seem like maybe Star Fox or yeah, like F-Zero and man, I'm having trouble thinking of what they have other than the big three.
I'll just look up the roster for Smash Brothers characters. Give me a second.
If they do announce a Star Fox, will you buy a Wii U day and date?
Oh, dude, I might do it. It depends on what it depends on what it looks like. If they show gameplay and it is like what I've always wanted, which is just a return to 64 version, which is, but like now that the graphics are insane, it could be like, and then it's like, see, it's like back in the day, games were so much different, and then it's like if you take a Star Fox and like add in all the cool stuff we have now with like online gameplay, like I don't have to worry about having 4 friends, I can just play online, or like the campaign is like branching paths anyway, so I can just play it over and over. It's just like, I'm getting myself hyped. I don't care. Whatever. So it's like I would probably do that gamer. I might just do that. Or not. I'd buy the day it came out, but I wouldn't.
So
I
goodbye
wouldn't get it that
PS4.
day.
Hello Wii U.
No, gamer. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. And the thing about Nintendo is like the release dates. It's like it probably isn't this year. It'd be like coming next year or something. So.
Next year. My butt. Everything's next year.
I guess an Earthbound would be exciting, right? People like that one.
See, Tropical, the thing about Earthbound is like it's held hostage on the Wii U, so they can just put it out on the Wii Virtual Console. It's got to be on the Wii U, so I'm kind of angry about that whole situation. But supposedly it's very beloved by their their legions of fans that were just wishing for a Kid Icarus game and they got it. So and then I played Kid Icarus on the Virtual Console. I was like, it's not that great, but whatever. What do I know?
Earlier when Gamer was talking about, or I forget what we were talking about, but yeah, it occurred to me that a Kid Icarus game on Wii U in the style of the 3DS game, that would be kind of cool.
Okay, Tropical, I have the list here of series. Well, it's not all the series of like Nintendo video games, but it's like the Smash Brother ones. So it's like the mainstay mascot games of like the ones that your heart opened up to you when you think of the magic fun times you had in the past. So we have Animal Crossing, Donkey Kong, Earthbound, F-Zero, Fire Emblem, Game & Watch, Ice Climber, Kid Icarus, Kirby, Mario, Mega Man, Metal Gear, Metroid, Pikmin, Pokemon, Punch-Out, Sonic the Hedgehog, Star Fox, Legend of Zelda, Wario, Wii Fit, and Yoshi. And I'm guessing Mega Man and Metal Gear are on here because those characters are in the game. I was just reading the list, okay?
Yes.
Just get off my case.
You guys saying that much?
Yeah, I think F-Zero and Star Fox are the longest dormant on that list.
Yeah. Star Fox, especially. Holy shit.
Yeah, Star Fox has been. I think there wasn't one on Wii.
There was GameCube Star Fox, but wasn't it kind of bad?
It was weird. It wasn't Star
Namco,
Fox.
Right? It was by Namco.
It was like they were using assets from a different game.
One was from
and then
Rare,
they had to,
one was from Namco.
And then the Namco one, no, I didn't play the Namco one, so or the Rare one either. But
I hear some bad things about that Rare version. Collectibles. It's like everything's collectibles. Collect this, collect that. So it's like, But it looked good, man. Star Fox had fur for the first time.
Yep. F-Zero, I think there was a GameCube one too, right? So we didn't have one either.
That was developed by Sega?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, like, Fire Emblem was on... Was
3DS.
that on DS or 3DS? 3DS, right?
Wasn't there the Shin Megami Tensei crossover?
Is that still coming? I don't think so.
Well, there was one on DS for sure, I think.
Yeah, I think the 3DS had Awakening, right? Was that DS or 3DS?
Awakening is 3DS.
Okay, so that's been out.
Advance Wars.
There's a ton of Marios. There have been a ton of... Yeah, Advance Wars was on...
DS.
I think, was there a GameCube one?
There was... Yeah, there's a GameCube version of it. It's called some Battalion. Advance Wars Battalion or something. It's okay. Oh, wait, no, that was... I'm trying to think of something GameCube or Wii. But I think there was a recent one on GameCube or beyond, so... It's probably GameCube. Let me look it up.
Wasn't it like Days of Ruin or something?
That's the DS one.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, DS. Yeah, I'm confounded. Like, I don't know what IP they're gonna pull out or butt, but it better be something good. Yeah, it has to be. Just Star Fox. Anytime you want, just put it out there.
Yeah, there's Battalion Wars 2's on the Wii.
I guess the thing with Nintendo is, on the one hand, we want new IP and unannounced stuff, but on the other hand, sometimes their franchises are so old that announcing a new one, even though it's the same IP, it feels totally new. So I think that would be okay with something like Star Fox or F-Zero.
Yeah, that's why Kid Icarus on 3DS was okay because the last one what came out at NES. So it's like it's been a while.
Totally different game.
Yeah. Oh my god, there was a Wii version. Holy shit. Yeah. I'm just hoping, something cool. Something everyone can like say, Nintendo, you did good, even though you're not having conference again.
I'm not really sure what their strategy is. Yeah, the thing is, I recently went and looked at the Mario Kart 8 website, and it's pretty exciting. It's exciting in the way that I get excited reading the PlayStation blog. So they do have that web presence, if you're looking for it, though. I think that's the difference between doing a direct and doing a conference. When you're doing a conference, especially for us, we have no choice but to watch. But when you do a direct, I do have a choice whether I want to watch it, and the past 2 years, I have not watched them.
Oh.
You guys hear water?
I don't.
Okay. It's just me. So yeah, that's my 3 surprises for one for each. It was fair.
It's French because that's the exact same way I was going to do mine. So continuing on, since we had the exact same thought for Microsoft, which is basically something, I don't know what it is. It's going to be a flash of lightning, and you'll be like, I didn't see that coming, and it'll strike you and be like, okay, I kind of feel a bit bad for all the bad things I said, but not completely, because they deserved it. And yeah, I just want to believe, man. I just want to believe that they're not all about, after that, the last 12 months. I just want to believe.
Money. Corporate interests.
That their forward-facing side was not as hostile and monolithic as it seems all the time. And you just want to something that'll make me. I just want to like some Panzer Dragoon Orta. Maybe they can like do something with some collaboration with a third party of an exclusive that was back in the day, like an actual awesome what's that game called with the giant sticks or the Steel Battalion. Like they can actually do like a proper Steel Battalion reboot, not have it be connectified, and just something like that, or Panzer Dragoon Orta, or like any of the other cool stuff.
You want to release a big ass controller again?
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I'm all into that. Or I mean, okay, not necessarily. Okay, yes, gamer. I would like that because if I was wanted to play that game and like playing it would be pretty awesome, like that, or just like the really interesting stuff that they had like on Xbox One or the Xbox Duke era, where it was like you had Panzer Dragoon Orta, you had your Phantom Dust stuff, you had your Shenmue 1 and 2.
No, you only had 2. There's no 1.
For sure, maybe some Jade Empire, or what would make my day? Jet Set Radio Future. Do it again because it's been too long, and yeah. And then for Nintendo, it would be, it's like I don't want to say Star Fox because in my mind I'm thinking Star Fox, but however, I do not want Star Fox on Wii U because I don't want to buy it. So that would confound things. Something in that vein of to me, I guess it would just be super. As me and Gamer were talking about that one time, Super Mario Galaxy Universe, but actually I guess it'd be too soon for Universe, so that'd not work. But see, I can't say Star Fox because it's the franchise I want, but it's like I don't want it to happen because yeah. So I'm
That's
just
that's a weird conundrum.
things are going smooth, gamer. I'm on my 6 months with no games bought, and like I've got my PS4 fund all saved up, and I don't need the Wii U to be like, oh hey Tekken, all like the last however many years on the podcast you've been gushing all for a new Star Fox. Well, we got one. That's curveball. I don't need happening to just wreck all my stuff. So.
What if it's because they haven't announced something for 3DS? What if it's for 3DS? It's okay, right?
Oh, I guess that would be my thing. My thing would be if they finally fixed the whole 3DS where it can be like on a account level and not on like a system level, so you can like manage your stuff more easily. That and just more games on the virtual console for the 3DS that are on the GBA or whatever, and more virtual console stuff in general. Jeez, but yeah, that's mine. And then for Sony, my surprise would be that PlayStation Now is actually for reals, and it works just as awesome as I have been envisioning it. Just just streaming games that you can't just like walk into a store and buy this game. You can't even go on eBay and buy this game because it's $80 minimum, and you can just queue it up, PlayStation Now, beep, 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 and then you're playing it. It's like, oh, boom, like just as good as backwards compatibility and without the added costs, except for bandwidth issues. But whatever, it'll fix it. I can just move somewhere else. It's cool. Whatever. And those are my 3 wishes. Or surprises, I mean, sorry.
I'll go in the order of the press conferences. Microsoft, Shenmue 3. But instead of Shenmue 3, it's going to be Shenmue. It's going to be the entire 1, 2, and 3 for Xbox One. And then it's not going to be like a port or anything. It's going to be like remade from the ground up Shenmue. That'd be so awesome. Oh my god. I'd be like, oh my god, thank god, Microsoft, you suck, but you won my money. You want my money. That's pretty much it. Because like Microsoft, it's little shooters and whatever. Sony, Last Guardian. They announced that, and I'll be like, oh, yes.
So, in what form?
PS3 or PS4?
PS4. If they announced it for PS3, I wouldn't mind, but I'd be like, really? PS4 is like can do it. PS4 can do what you want to do because supposedly they were having hardware issues or something. But it's like, oh, just God. It's been in development for like so long. It's like the people working on it must be like, we just want this game to be finished. Like I want it to be finished too. Just release it.
Let us go.
And then Nintendo, I already bought your system. Just do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
I don't know what they can do to surprise me anymore. They haven't done that in a while. In a long while.
Well, they could have like some more awesome stuff like they had when they showed Bayonetta 2 and X the first time. Like, oh, well, you might have thought with everybody leaving us for third party, we were able to secure some more exclusives or something. Or just maybe get into like the more weird Japanesey stuff, since that's kind of probably what will happen.
Pretty insane. I think that's the only way to do it for Microsoft and Nintendo. Because Nintendo, even though sometimes they try to branch out, for the most part, all their games are kind of artistically anyway, and narratively, they're sort of similar. So the only way that they get something that excites a new audience or excites the lapsed fan is by saying, hey, no one wants to pick up Bayonetta 2? We will pay for it. And then it becomes an exclusive. And like Microsoft, sure, they're building new studios now, but that's going to take a while. And so the only way they show something really exciting that's coming out in the near term is by going out and saying, Sega, no one wants to pay for Shenmue, the trilogy? We will pay for it. And then it becomes a Microsoft Game Studio game.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, Tropical. See, now I'm thinking there might just be a bunch of those in the Microsoft conference.
Well, like,
you thought people Call of Duty was leaving us?
Well,
no, we are paying for it.
This is there was like some speculation that on Monday Microsoft's gonna because supposedly the big rumor is they got a big third party exclusive, and a lot of people are saying it's like either it's gonna be KOTOR 3 or something.
Oh man.
or like Fallout, because like if you look at like GT's schedule, right after the Microsoft press conference, Bethesda's gonna show something at game trailers. Like that sort of makes sense within the timeline because Bethesda's always been buddy with Microsoft on previous titles. So it's like maybe they're gonna announce it like their like third party exclusive, like Fallout 4 or something. That would be crazy.
Yeah. Like Bethesda,
They like money, so I don't know.
It's true, but can Microsoft pay them enough money to not release it on the rival platform, which has a larger installed base?
I think so.
Well, cool. Seeing as they were able to secure so many exclusives on Xbox 360, ... even though they went multi-platform later on, ... So you know.
To say like the 360 had the larger install base, especially.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, that would be counterintuitive to do that when you're behind on the platform you're pledging exclusivity to.
Yeah, I mean, one way I guess I could see them doing it is right now because it's still early. They're willing to pay those higher costs. I mean, the DLC deal with Call of Duty, was it? I don't remember if it was supposed to end this year. So maybe the reason that Advanced Warfare DLC comes out on Xbox One first is because they still have that deal in place, or is it because they've decided, you know what, this is still early on. We're still in the race. Let's just pay the extra cost, and hopefully we'll be able to break even, and or even pull ahead here. So yeah, Call of Duty DLC, that worked for us before. We'll pay the cost now, even though it's a higher cost now. We'll pay it, and then ride that. And yeah, maybe Fallout 4 is like, yeah, we'll pay whatever you want. We'll give you whatever you want. Just help us win this race.
No cost is too high. We took the Kinect out of the bundle, so that cost us millions, possibly billions. So you're making games for us. We're totally going to pay that just as much.
But then I think, yeah, eventually at some point, if it doesn't work, they can't do it anymore.
Yeah, if they don't see that bump in sales.
Yeah, one, it didn't work. Titanfall, I think already, there were rumors saying that EA was, Sony was actively sending EA numbers. It's like, oh, if you had released on ours, look how many more you would have sold. And EA was like, damn, Microsoft did not pay us this much.
Because I will wonder, like, NPD numbers, even though they're not semi-accurate, but like if they show that still PS4 is still leading the pack, like I think Microsoft should just like be satisfied with number 2. Like,
that's the other thing is like E3 is the only time of the year when like there can be like a super major defection, like Insomniac when Ted Price did the whole Project Overdrive thing. Was like, whoa, because 360 at the time was all, oh yes, haha, take it PlayStation. But now it's like, oh, we're lagging behind. I'm not sure if this is such a good idea or not.
Oh man, Sunset Overdrive looks okay. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. There are actually games now. I mean, after they changed the DRM thing, that was my main issue. So once they changed that, it was really the value proposition of the Xbox One. But I was okay with getting one down the line. And yeah, Sunset Overdrive is one of those games where I look at it like, I do want to play that. Maybe not that one. Maybe the sequel. Titanfall, I think, is like that. I played in the beta and realized, oh, this could have been so much better. And I think the sequel will be better.
It's going to be better on PS4. Yep. Not to take away from it, because I had fun with Titanfall. It was like, man, that just dropped like a stone and then like a river, man. Holy shit.
There was one ripple, and then abnormally, like on Fringe, it just stopped.
Okay, Gamer, I forgot where we stopped. Were we on your first one was the Shenmue thingy, and then your second one was the what?
Yeah, Shenmue for Microsoft, Last Guardian for Sony, and then what's up with Nintendo? I don't know.
Nintendo, do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. I'll buy it, whatever it is. That's pretty cool. I just hope it's not Zelda. Like, just please.
even if it looks amazing.
They already showed like so many. In the past, they even showed Zelda demos. Like, that's why I wanted to buy a GameCube was because of that goddamn Zelda demo. It never looked like that.
That never looked like that.
And look at that. I never bought a GameCube.
Within the last 2 weeks, it's been Hyrule Warriors, which I saw and thought, that looks fun. Because I like the Dynasty Warriors games. And then playing those 5 minutes of Mario Kart 8. I'm like, oh, the wall is sort of coming down. It's like, no, I must resist. I will wait for that price drop that I talked about already.
They're going to announce it for sure. They're going to announce it. What price do you think they're going to drop to?
Well, it's at 300 right now?
250, I think.
Oh, is it 250?
Wait, what's 250?
Wait,
it's not 250. It's not 250 gamer. If it was 250, I would know.
I would have one.
Yeah. Because that would be closed in on my thingy. But they bundled in Mario Kart.
Yeah,
and made it more
I think
expensive.
it's 300 because the Mario Kart bundle is 330.
Oh, really? Wow.
And it started at 350, right?
Yeah, it was 350 for the deluxe.
Yeah. I think it's at 300
wait, you're right.
now.
Yeah, you're right. 330. Oh, that's the Mario Kart 8 bundle. Wii U deluxe console set $298 on Walmart, so $299.
It's $299.
Yeah.
The Wind Waker limited edition is $299. And then
See, I wanted that
Mario
console
Kart
too, but only for the
bundle's
gamepad
$299.
with the little Triforce on it.
Yeah, wait. So if it's 300 now, yeah, 250, it's gonna drop too. But it'd be crazier, it'd be 200 though.
Okay, actually, I'm looking at a Skylanders bundle that's $249.
What?
Where?
Is that a
GameStop.
Wii U?
Yeah, it says Wii U 8GB basic Skylanders Swap Force bundle. It's not in stock though, so it might have been a holiday thing. I'm not sure.
On Walmart,
Yeah, maybe.
it's $279 for the same bundle. So there is, I think the ones without a game are $250. If there's actually one without a game, if there's actually a system without a game, which I don't see.
No, I'm on the GameStop one, and the 32GB one is $299 new, but it's not in stock.
So I think, yeah, right now you can only get ones with games in them. Because I've only seen the Zelda one and the Mario Kart one.
Yeah, basic bundles don't exist anymore, Tekken. They dropped that SKU for just the...
Well, that was the 8 gig one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
That's gone.
In that case, all the Wii U's are bundled with games, because I'm looking at this and they're all bundled with games. At least the ones that are in stock. Which
is not bad, because when you buy a system, you want a game.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing I like about Nintendo. They always bundle something.
I guess... Actually, I don't think they're going to drop the price at E3. I think they're going to wait for Smash Brothers.
Oh,
because they've stated publicly their belief is one game can change the fortunes of a console. And so they're waiting for that one game, and whether it be Smash Brothers or Zelda or whatever they think it is, they're not going to drop the price before that unless they see something terribly wrong. And I think Mario Kart 8 has proven that what was it? Mario Kart 8 sold 1.5 million in its first weekend?
Yeah.
Is what I heard. So, I guess we don't know if it sold any systems, but that's a pretty good number for a game. So maybe this is the game that they're betting on right now. And if this one doesn't work, maybe they look at it as like, okay, Smash Brothers is coming out soon enough. We'll wait for that one. So yeah, I don't think they're going to drop the price quite yet.
Okay, I was going to change my answer from surprise being like whatever from franchise from Nintendo to being like a thing where they get some developer to like make a game for them, like they're doing with Bayonetta and X, where it's like, we're gonna keep on
for it.
We're gonna keep playing this train roll because it's getting people excited. So even though those games aren't out yet and they haven't seen the sales numbers, but
Yeah.
because that did get me excited when I did see that, and I was like, oh, that looks like Xenosaga, but it's or Xenogears, but or since it's in the same universe, whatever, or is it whatever? I haven't played Xenoblade, but the Xeno series, so I wouldn't mind if they do that for other games that have been dormant that have not gotten another iteration or whatever. So,
I guess part of that though, those 3 games that they announced, Xenoblade, was it The Last Story? And the third one, they were part of Project Rainfall, right?
Yeah, Pandora's Tower.
And yet, I don't think they sold as well as those petitions may have made it seem that they would sell.
Yeah. Well, and it's weird because Nintendo only supported one of the games. The other 2 games are by third-party publishers. Even though in the UK, I think they were all by Nintendo, weren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I wonder if that will give them pause about releasing more games like that. The only one we know of is X right now.
If only they did it digitally, then I would have bought them. But the Wii doesn't have that technology, so because I only got The Last Story, and then you can only get Xenoblade Chronicles pre-owned for like $60 at GameStop now. So yay.
Yep.
Alright, so I guess we can move on to the Wish, which is my favorite one, because it's, this will never happen, but I'd like to see it.
Alright. Sony, crazy value. And what I mean by that is multiplayer on PS4, I don't really see why it's behind the PS Plus paywall. PS Plus is so good that if you have a PlayStation 4 and you don't have PS Plus, you are seriously missing out. So I don't see any reason that they have to put anything behind that paywall. They can just keep it as a sort of a value service. Say, hey, you want to give us money? We'll give you value. And just, I don't think they need to force anyone to get PlayStation Plus. It is a ridiculously good deal. And since this is the wish list, I think they could sweeten that deal even more with some crazy value for PlayStation Now. Right now, to me, it's seeming that people are gonna be upset, I think, when they announce the price for PlayStation Now. People are gonna look at that and say, I already pay this for PlayStation Plus, now you want me to pay more? I don't know what that amount is. I think anything above $5 or $6 is going to make people upset.
Yeah, I agree.
So hopefully, in my wish totally dream world, it will not be. It will be super cheap, and somehow the service will be able to sustain itself. It will have crazy awesome games. I think they should focus on the games that not everyone has played. So yeah, maybe you put Uncharted on there, but you also put a lot of stuff that was... Oh, I guess, they should do both, because a lot more Americans had Xbox 360s rather than PS3s. So a lot of people missed out on a lot of PS3 games. So they should put some of the hits, but they should also put a lot of the stuff, for the hardcore, the most likely to purchase PlayStation Now. There should be games that we haven't played before. And a lot of them. So yeah, super value from Sony is what I would like to see. Perhaps a PlayStation 4 Vita bundle.
There was actually something like that in the like a Polygon article today that leaked from France.
Oh. Well, it shouldn't cost $800. It should cost.
Yeah.
Let's see. System alone is $400. It should cost $500. That would be crazy. And it comes with a year of PlayStation Plus. Oh, who could not buy that? Tekken would totally get that.
Yeah, I would actually. So I already have a Vita, but I'd buy it just because
You can have a second Vita in case your battery runs out.
Or I could use it to system link and play Tactics co-op with myself, because I can't clone myself, so it's that much easier. I can finally play the co-op missions, yay!
That would be awesome. Microsoft. What do I wish Microsoft would do? It's hard because I like PlayStation so much now. Okay, so it's a wish, and it's gonna be totally selfish. Drop the price really, really low, like $150 to $200, and bundle in a game.
I know Consoles just came out like not even 12 months ago, but
that equals Tropical not getting Xbox One, because that will never happen.
Oh, it'll happen. Just not anytime soon. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have to come back. Something in the realm of possibility, I suppose, is more interesting. For Nintendo, I want them to prove that their Wii U, wow, I've never had to say the name before, Wii U gamepad actually is additive. And they talked about supporting 2 on a console, right?
yeah.
None of that has happened. So I understand it might be technical difficulties, like it's like one of those things like PS3 Party Chat, where they sort of said that maybe they were working on it for many years, but it turned out it would never work on the PS3, and they never said that. So hopefully gamepad support for more than one gamepad is not one of those things. I don't know what the game would be. Yeah, Nintendo, you should make the legendary motion game, whatever it is, and that would be great. And I guess I'm gonna have to come back to Microsoft, because my wish is really awesome. It's just too outrageous.
Yeah. Okay, mine would be the first one, the one I've wished for every year since the Kinect was unveiled, and then the Move, and then, we'll see what Nintendo can do, whatever. Yeah, because they're Nintendo. The one, that game that does not exist yet, has not has yet to appear, that finally gets motion controls and connect, or just that functionality working the way it should, and just is the killer app for that experience where you're just in the game, or you're not in the game, but you are there playing it or experiencing it, and it's just so good, like some sort of identify or drill sergeant yelling at you. And yeah, it just works, and it's perfect, and it's a killer app for motion control and cameras and all that good stuff that has yet to exist or be seen. But yeah, I believe one day it will happen, and hopefully it happens before VR comes and kills this train, because that would make me sad. And my second would be anything on the new Mass Effect, because need to hit. Just like, some developers are like tweeting, there's this screen, but you can't see because it's too far away. It might be a screenshot. We don't know what it is. I mean, yeah, there's always like this low PR drip feed after the game is like shown, but it's like I can deal with that as long as I know when it's going to come out, or that it's being worked on. And yeah, I know it's being worked on, but that's not good enough. I need some sort of tangible thing that I can just be all right. Yeah, I see a logo or screenshot or release date or something, teaser, but then I'm sorry. And then why it's my wish is because it's all about Dragon Age right now, so that's probably not gonna happen. And then my third is what's my third one? Third wish. My third wish is that no more exclusive DLC BS because I'm just tired of it. or as far as like if you buy it from here or if you pre-order it here, it's like I just want to have all the goodies with my game if I buy it and be able to play it and enjoy it instead of being held hostage or forced to get it from a certain retailer or on a certain platform or what have you. Okay, actually scratch that. That's a wish for some other time. My actual okay, never mind. That's my wish. Yeah, that's my third wish. Okay, those are my 3 wishes.
Wishes. Microsoft, stop acting fake because you sound so fake right now. Like they're trying to be like the humble Sony. Like oh, yeah, just disgusting. Just act like yourself. Who cares? You had the wrong message, but you sound just right now like desperate, like begging, like on your knees, like like just do whatever you can just to make good games, and that's all I want from you. Just stop acting so. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, like fuck. Sony. Wait, what is this? Wish?
Yeah.
The smirk.
Sony. Like I wish PS Now would be like a subscription service like Netflix, where you pay like what $50 a year or $100 a year. You have access to everything. I would pay that much to have access to everything. $100 a month. Not a month.
$100 a month.
No, a year. To have access to everything.
That sounds like Apple pricing.
Or if you're like a PS Plus member, it'd be like $4 or something like that. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo Wish. Just don't die. Just don't go like drowning in flames. Oh my god, that would be sad.
I'm pretty sure this is not gonna happen, Cameron. I'm pretty sure that E3 Direct won't be. Well, we're sorry, guys, but we're pulling out of the console manufacturing business.
Nintendo Direct. We
That would be a drastic
don't
move.
want to play anymore.
No, if they went software only, like Sega.
That would be insane.
Smash Brothers on PS4. Ah!
Actually, that'd be awesome because then I would only have to have one console and PC, and that'd be great. I'd be like, all right, third party on one, and then sorry, Microsoft, your exclusives aren't there yet, and then PC third party stuff. And it's like, yeah, awesome. Or Steambox because it's so much easier.
Nah, I don't want to be down. It's like Nintendo wish list. You know, I just want a new game like Star Fox that looks really good because like Mario Kart 8 looks fantastic. I would just imagine like how Star Fox will look with puppets.
Use the boost to get through. Alright, so I don't have any news pre-written up. So has anything happened? Well, I'm sure stuff happened, but does anybody like remember anything that happened?
I love
Yeah, there was
delays.
a ton of. Well, there were delays, of course. So Batman was delayed until 2015. Do you guys think it's late or early 2015? I'm actually thinking
Oh, God,
Early,
if it's
please be March.
January.
Please be March.
No, January.
Well, January, yeah, but it's not going to happen, gamer, because that's not when publishers release games, because they're jerks.
well,
So it might, well, you know, I guess it could be, you know, January, February.
yeah. Arkham Asylum came out in August in a time when publishers didn't release during the summer.
Yeah.
I guess it could be January then. That'd be
How
nice.
long was that delayed? It was delayed 3 months. I think it was coming out in May originally, right?
Let's see, November, December. Oh, it could be January.
Yeah. So that would be fantastic. Oh my gosh. What would I I would have to seriously consider what I buy on Black Friday. Like, am I going to be able to open these games?
What games? The ones coming out October?
Yep.
Oh. I don't know, dude. Well, because Destiny is gonna be a huge.
See, that's the other thing is like
Yeah.
we don't like there could be other stuff that's going to be announced for October, and October is already
God,
crowded.
you know what? That's one wish. Oh my god, I hope they don't announce like, oh, we have to delay Destiny again. Oh.
Into October.
That's not funny, gamer. That's not funny.
Then what would Tekken do?
I'd
All
wait
his
another
games are
month.
gone.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Hey, Mass Effect 2, it says released on January 26th, so Arkham Knight, that's a perfect month to release something.
The original Bayonetta and I think Darksiders both came out in January.
Yeah, that's true.
So there is some precedent in the modern age.
Plus, they have to be like, it has to be like crunch time at this moment. Like, they have to be pretty close to done.
Yeah, it's 3
Unless
months away. Or
Unless there was a
months away.
major hiccup somewhere. Maybe the Xbox One version. I don't know.
It sort of makes sense. They just announced that the dev tools were updated this week, I think. So why wouldn't you wait until you have those to make the best possible version that you could on the Xbox One?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wasn't Shadow of Mordor getting delayed? It's the same publisher.
You know what's weird? It's like
They don't
between the two
care.
games. I wouldn't have cared if they delayed Mordor. Don't delay Batman. Oh well. I think it's because we got a Batman game last year, so it's like, oh, maybe people can wait a little bit more for the next
No,
Batman.
I think it has more to do with Rocksteady. Just they're gonna do a good job, and they did
Yeah.
it last time too, or the first game. I don't know
Or-
what would have been like if it came out
Because
a few months before.
there's a lot of speculations, like, because that's October, the release date, but if they wait until there's a new influx of new consoles that are being bought, maybe they'll get more sales.
I didn't think about
So
that.
January seems like a good bet, man. I hope to God. That'd be awesome.
Well, I guess I would like to see them succeed too. Even though, man, I hate that. Don't delay for business reasons.
Oh,
What else was delayed?
Order 1886 was delayed.
yeah.
Is that this week?
Yeah, that was this week. That killed
Okay.
me. God. It's when I showed that little clip. Right? I think that was like the day after. They said, "Oh, it's not coming out this year." It's like that. I hate it when games they get shown, and then it's like you have to wait 2 years rather than the year after for the game to play it. Like, don't show it like Watchdogs. I mean, I think that's what there was like. Even though it sold extremely well, like just like the fact that you have to wait like so long just to play it, like it's just very frustrating.
Yeah.
What else? Was that it? Those two games?
Well, they were big.
Oh wait,
So-
everything is was it? Yeah, it was just those two for this week.
A lot of games were announced this week. Forza Horizon 2 was announced on IGN. They're doing a thing called IGN Firsts, which is basically what Game Informer has been doing, where they debut a big title on their magazine, and then they would have content for that game throughout the entire month. IGN is now doing the same thing, except they didn't have sort of the big article. They're separating their big article that would have appeared in Game Informer into lots of different pieces that they're rolling out throughout the month. So far we've seen a text description because they are not allowed to show it in action. I guess E3, that's what that's for. They talked about how it takes place in Southern Europe. So the landscape is very different than the first Horizon. They did a thing... So they wanted to emphasize freedom in this one, and so they have a mode of races called cross country, where all the barriers that there used to be in traditional racing games, those are all gone. So you can essentially drive everywhere. You can drive off the road. Traditionally it's like, oh, if there's a U-turn, you have to follow the road and go in the U-turn. Now you can just cut through the middle. That part, I think, is kind of exciting. The other game that got announced this week was Homefront.
Ugh.
The Revolution.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, I still
Crytek.
don't care about this game. Sorry.
It's sure the characters they showed look exactly like the guy from Killzone Shadowfall in the very beginning of the game. It looks okay for a next gen title.
We'll see.
It was just a pre-rendered trailer, so it wasn't gameplay.
No, but it was like was it in-game assets or whatever.
Because it's like, yeah, CryEngine, they also advertise it as a movie-making tool. So I think they're probably showing in-game assets.
Was it raining in that trailer?
No.
No.
Because that's like the next gen thing. Like, if it's raining, it looks good.
Their next-gen trick seems to be lots of little pieces of stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
For that trailer. But we should see gameplay of that next week. Also, Mortal Kombat, I want to say 10?
Yeah.
Is what they're calling it. That debuted in a trailer that was also totally CG, though.
I don't think
Even
it
the
was totally
CG trailers.
It was,
think
no,
there's
they
part-
said it was CG.
Oh, okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
But you see things like weaponizing the environment.
Yeah, it looked a lot like Injustice.
Yeah.
And some other
Yep.
stuff. Or not, or like, like Injustice and some stuff that they added that's like new.
The costumes look really cool. I'm pretty excited to see that one in action,
Me too.
And story
which
mode,
we will at E3.
Can't wait.
Sony announced a bunch of games coming to their platform, most of them indies. EA announced that Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare is coming out on PS4 and PS3 in August.
Timed exclusive. Mm.
And everyone knew that. I mean,
Yeah. It's funny to hear them talk about, oh, this one is now its most crisp and so smooth.
yeah, it is 1080p.
Yeah. Another Advantage game. Phoenix Rage, which debuted at, I think it was PAX during the era of Flappy Bird. So it's sort of a combination of Super Meat Boy, and it has the flappy mechanic. It also looks really, really hard. So check that one out. Aru's Awakening, an indie game that's also coming to... I think that's just PS4. And PS3. Oh, also this summer. One Way Trip was announced today for PS4 and Vita. I have no idea how to describe this one. It is very strange looking.
Yeah.
So
it's
you'll
a
just have
Flash
to
game.
Yeah, you'll have to find a video of that one yourself. Night in the Woods, which the first description I saw, it was a adventure game about the inevitability of death and pizza parties. I don't know. Earth Knight coming to PS4 and Vita. It's a endless runner set in the dragon apocalypse. What else? That's all I have.
Hohocom coming out on my birthday, August 12th.
Oh, Hohokam?
Mm-hmm. That looks interesting.
That looks interesting.
Also, Sony announced that they're like, refining the way that the Games with Plus is. It's like 2 per platform now every month.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 6 free games, yes. Which is
It's
more
kind of
than
sad.
two from,
Some people were saying
Xbox
that
Games
because
with Gold.
originally they had the what was it, the 13 games that were always available,
Yeah.
and they would just switch out a few at a time. And now it's actually more comparable to the Xbox One. Like if you only have one of the consoles, then you're only getting 2 free games a month, which is what the Xbox Games with Gold is basically.
Yep.
But it's cool that it still stretches across the entire ecosystem. So 6 games. Woohoo. Do we know what the first 6 are, right? Yeah, this is
They
actually
announced it.
this also I think maybe ties into PlayStation Now. Why would you have Uncharted on PlayStation Plus when it's going to be on PlayStation Now?
Well, did you see for some reason Uncharted 3 was free for all members this week.
Yeah. Strange.
Oh yeah, it started this month. Was it Pixel Junk Shooter Ultimate and Trine 2 are going to be your PS4 games.
Yep.
PS3, even though 2K14
Ugh, I know.
and Last Survivor, Lone Survivor, and on Vita, motherfucking Dragon's Crown
Oh, nice.
and Surge Deluxe. It's a pretty awesome lineup.
I think also starting next month, they're not going to release the instant game collection over the course of the month. They're just going to release all of them on the first day,
Yeah.
or the first Tuesday, and then just have all of them available for the entire month.
Yeah.
That's nice. I missed a few because I couldn't keep track of which ones were expiring. Smart As and Rock of Ages. Oh, and I want to play those too.
They should just have it on, like, you're a PlayStation Plus member during this month or during this year, just automatic. It's on your download list. Like, it should be a
What
giving.
happened with that? Because they have automatic downloads, but it doesn't do anything anymore.
I don't know. It downloaded
For a while,
one thing
it downloaded the tester.
the
for me,
tester.
yeah.
Oh, that was it.
Oh man, E3.
I mean, I hope we get
So what
another.
do you think everyone's announcing before E E3?
Why is everyone announcing everything?
Yeah.
To get out of the hype bubble. Or
There
the,
must
or
be
the
something
shadow.
huge coming.
Yeah, it's like
A storm is coming.
get off the tracks when the train's coming through.
There has to be something big.
Interesting.
It's just the noise, man. It's like so much the noise to signal ratio. It's like, you know, after Monday, all people are gonna be talking about is like the big reveals and whatever. So if you can get out before then, have people talking about your game, then you're gonna get more coverage and stuff, word of mouth, yada yada.
Yeah, that's what it was.
See, the thing. Well, I think the thing is, though, since none of the games are coming out in the near future, as in, you know, a few months, why would it
Oh, good
matter?
point. Yeah, because they're not coming out anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you
That's
would
a good point.
hear about
I
the
don't know,
games this
Topswell,
week,
that's a good question.
and then next week there are bigger games, and you remember the ones that you heard about last.
Maybe they just want the game for that split second.
Eh.
Because like what Dying Light just released their E3 trailer today. It's like what? And then like you watch it, it's like okay. Then you talk about it because that will be the only time you're gonna be talking about it.
Because that was delayed till next year too.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks it's because the game journalism isn't real journalism. It's sort of an extension of the marketing branch of gaming. So to help them out, you know, otherwise this is a blackout week or 2 weeks where we just hear nothing. And so it's just leaks and rumors for 2 weeks. And then finally E3 comes and there's just a deluge of all the accurate information.
Oh, that's a good point.
But this way,
it's like an exploiting the media.
Yeah, like this way the media is like, oh, they're giving us a little bit, so we have something to write about for these 2 weeks before E3, the calm before the storm, and we're just, we're able to write better stuff because we're not all rushed for the E3 thing. And they already do a E3 Judges Week every year.
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff, I wonder.
The thing that sucks about Judges Week is that they're only able to see games that are playable. All the unannounced games that are not playable, they don't see.
Oh.
So there's still like surprises.
Uh-huh.
Up every company's sleeve. They just don't see it.
See, I wonder if it's for the Judges Week stuff, or so if it's playable, even if it's unannounced.
Yeah, if it's playable, they get to see it.
Okay. Yeah, see, I wonder if it became a situation where it's like journalists they report on rumors about upcoming games that they know exist but can't say anything. So they're just writing these sort of fake news stories. Or they're not saying anything at all, which makes it even more suspicious, maybe. It's like, oh, maybe it is real because they haven't commented on, or they didn't write about this at all.
The way I know that I hear that it works is like the writers, they see the game, then they write their preview, but they don't list it until the day of whatever the embargo date is for that title. So they already write the preview already. So it's out of their head already. So it's out of their system.
Right.
And it just gets launched the day of the announcement.
Right. But these websites, they also report on rumors of games.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, if you don't report on the rumor, then it's sort of confirmation. Yeah, it's like, does that mean it's like, well, I'm not going to say anything? And every time someone says no comment, usually that means that is actually happening. That's why David Jaffe said that year, we are definitely not making Twisted Metal. That was the only way to get everyone to believe that they weren't making Twisted Metal. But now that he's done that, he can never do that again. No one believes anything he says.
Oh, the boy that cried wolf.
So with rumors, like, do you write the story about the rumor, or do you not write the story about the rumor because it's true? Yeah, I just wonder if this is shenanigans behind the scenes where it's like, journalists, yeah, they are an extension of the marketing hand. Oftentimes, you look at the Forza Horizon 2 thing; it just seems like marketing. There's an entire 2 or 3 paragraphs at the end talking about, oh, we have this innovative system where single player and multiplayer are blended together, and so you're driving along, and then you switch to multiplayer, and it just seamlessly switches, and suddenly you're in multiplayer. It's like, well, the Burnout Paradise did that over 5-6 years ago. It's like, why are we spending so much time talking about this? And it's like, well, it was something that the developers talked about, and so we're just gonna write what they want us to say. Like,
Oh yeah. I think I've yet to read a preview that's like, this game is garbage.
That's the whole nostalgic thing.
Well,
of like, why,
there was
why
Colin
shouldn't exist.
Colin's preview of The Order, where he was just like, this seems really dull.
Oh, was he bashing?
This is not ready. Yeah, he was bashing it, and everyone thought, he said, yeah, I think this is going to get delayed, and everyone thought he was crazy. And then it got delayed.
That was in one of my games I wanted to play this year, too. It was like...
No. It's so crazy, because like, for me, I had to listen, now it's like dwindling. It's like, wait, no Batman, no Order? What? Drive Club, please?
Well, at least Drive Club. But the thing is about Drive Club, it had to get released, because, man, it was delayed, like, almost a year. It's like, at least it looks good, and like, they had the time to work on it. It's like, at least.
At least Watchdogs is actually out, so I can actually play it now, so yeah.
Yeah.
After the
Drive Club is actually sounding really good. People are really positive about it. I think before, they were just sort of, Well, it's a racing game, but it's not Gran Turismo.